My name is Jim Morris. I migrated from Britain in 1963, landed in Melbourne just before my 22nd birthday. And in 1968, I was in the army and they sent us to Vietnam. And I stayed there with the 4th Battalion for 12 months, during which time I started corresponding with a girl in Brisbane. One of the big morale boosters over there was people getting letters from home, whether it was from parents, relatives, girlfriends, even friends, just telling them what's going on with the local footy club or whatever. Unfortunately for me, I'm not crying on your shoulder, but I didn't have anyone to write to anyway. And one of my fellow soldiers wrote to his girlfriend in Brisbane and said there was a lonely lance corporal over here who didn't get any mail. Could she find anyone willing to write to him? And she did. And I started getting letters from a young woman in Brisbane who worked for the taxation office. I was getting letters on a regular basis from Colleen at least once a fortnight. Even if you were in the field, they made sure that the letters came out with ration resupply. And it was before I started getting letters from Colleen, it used to bring a smile to my face seeing some of the diggers' faces drop when rations arrived and there was no mail with it. But it was an obvious dampener to morale when letters didn't arrive. And by the same token, it was a great boost when letters did arrive, especially the ones with a bit of perfume on them. I got serious about Colleen after a few months. I mean, she started writing. I've been about 3 months in country in Vietnam, and I was there for another 9, so we had quite a period of exchanging letters. Things developed. It became more than just pen friends after the months. We exchanged photographs, and towards the end, before I came back, I proposed marriage to her and she accepted. We got back in June of 1969 and were married in July, and we're still together. Because it was so shortly after getting back, most of my mates were still at Enogra. My best man was a guy called Moss Reynolds, who I'd known since I joined the army in Kapuka and served with him in Malaya and Vietnam. So he served as my best man, and I had a few other people there. My wife, of course, had her sisters and brother come up, and her landlord, a guy who leased a flat to her, gave her away. Her father had died years before, so it was a very good family affair. It was really good. I would say, looking back, asking Colleen to marry me was probably the best thing I ever did in my life. The importance of meeting Colleen, even though it was only through correspondence, and the eventual fact that we got married, has changed my life. There's no doubt about it. If I hadn't met Colleen, I probably would have stayed on in the army. Meeting Colleen meant that we started a family, so my perspective on life changed dramatically. I had a wife to look after, I had 2 children to help to raise. It gave me ambition to be successful in my work and to maintain a good relationship with my wife and her family. So it has been a life-changing experience for me. If I hadn't met Colleen, I wouldn't be the person I am today.